Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to be showing you how to simplify expressions. This is more or less a continuation from my last video that introduced like terms, because you will need to use that knowledge to help in simplifying expressions, and I will do so by going through these 8 questions here that are highlighted in yellow. So let's start from the start. We need to simplify 10z minus 3z. So the first thing that you're going to do is figure out whether these are like terms or not. Now, because we have a z over here, now this is one term here, 10z, and 3z over here is another term, okay? So the z, which is the pronumeral in this first term, is exactly the same as the z over here. Now, because there's one z there and one z here, that means that these are like terms. So yes, we are able to subtract these. So all you're going to do is you're going to do 10 minus 3. Whatever that answer is, you write it down and you put the z next to it. Okay, this is like the same as doing this. We have 10 z's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, we have 10 z's. That's what we're starting with. And we're taking away 3 of the z's. 1, 2, 3. So how many z's are we left with? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so the answer is we're left with 7 z's. But what we can do, instead of drawing this out every single time, especially when the questions get a little bit more difficult, we can just see that there is a z over here, a z over there. They're exactly the same, meaning that these are like terms. So we can straight away do 10 minus 3, which is 7, and the answer is 7z. Okay, for this one over here, we've got 3p plus 9p. So we start off with 3p's, and then we add another 9p's to it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So how many p's do we have altogether? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So altogether, we have 12 p's. Now, what we can do is we can look at this question and first identify whether these two terms are like terms or not. Well, there's 1 p over here and 1 p over there. Since they're both p's and only p's, they're exactly the same, meaning that this and this, they're both like terms. So what would we do? We'd do 3 plus 9, which is obviously 12. So the answer is 12p. Okay, now this one over here, let's look to see if they're like terms. We've got 1y over there and 1y over here. Yes, they're exactly the same. So they're like terms, and we can subtract them. Okay, now you would do 5 minus 7. Now 5 minus 7 gives you negative 2. So the answer is, well, 5 minus 7 equals negative 2. So the answer is negative 2y. Okay, you must remember to attach the y at the end of your numbered answer. Okay. Question 4, xy plus 4y. Well, straight away we know that if there's no number, there's an imaginary 1. So I'll just put that in there. Now let's see if these are like terms. Well, here we've got xy, but over here we have just a y by itself. Now, yes, there are 2 y's, but here we have xy together, and here we have 4 y's. So xy is not the same as y by itself. They're different. To draw this out, this is what it looks like. We have 1xy and then 4 y's. So can you see how xy is not the same as y, 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 y? They are not the same thing, meaning that these are not like terms and we cannot simplify any further because they're not like terms. We are not allowed to put them together. So can't simplify further. So that would just be your answer. Okay, number 5, halfway, almost through. 4ab plus 12ab minus 2ab. Okay, let's check to see how many of these are like terms. We have an ab over here. We have an ab here, yes, and an AB there. So, since 1, 2, 3, all 3 terms have an AB in it, they're all like terms. So we can calculate an answer using all 3 of these terms because they are like terms. They all have AB on the end of them. Okay, now what you can do here is just take all the numbers. So we have 4 plus 12 minus 2, and you calculate an answer. Now, of course, if you don't feel confident with your negative numbers, you can always get your calculator and you can put this into your calculator straight away exactly how you see it. Okay, so if you were to work this out mentally in your head, you would do 4 plus 12, which is 16, and then 16 minus 2, which is 14. I'll show you how to do that on the calculator. 4, so what do I always say? Put it in exactly how you see it. Plus 12 minus 2. And you still get 14 as your answer. Okay, so now that we've dealt with the numbers, you can add the AB on the end of it. So your answer is 14AB. Okay, question number 6. Let's have a look for like terms. Over here, we've got an M, so we'll underline that. Over here, we have an M. So yes, these are like terms, but over here we have an MN. Now MN is not exactly the same as M by itself. So this is not a like term with these 2 over here. So I'll underline that a different color. I might actually use pink. Okay. So the blues are like terms, the pink is not. Right, now what did I say? If there's no number in front of a pronumeral, there's an imaginary 1. So I'm going to go ahead and put a 1 in front of this M. Okay, now this is the same as 10 M's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, plus another 1, plus 2 MNs. So these 2 are different to all of these M's. So these blue underlined M's come from 10 of them from here, 1 of them from here, and then we have our 2 pink MNs on the end. So if we had to add these all together, we have how many blue M's? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we have 11 M's plus 1, 2, 2 MNs. So that's our answer. Now, alternatively, we could have got the answer by knowing that these two are like terms. So 10 plus 1 is 11, so 11M, and 2mn has no other like terms in the expression, so that just stays as it is by itself on the end. Okay? Question number 7. 7g squared h minus 11gh cubed plus gh cubed. Okay, let's underline like terms. Here I've got g squared h, so I'll underline that in blue. Here we have gh cubed. Now that is different, so I need to underline this a different colour, because these two, g squared h and gh cubed, they are not exactly the same. So they are not like terms. Now, what about this one here? gh cubed, well, that's the same as this here. So I'm going to underline that in pink also. Now, I've said before that when there's no number in front, there's an imaginary 1. So I'll go ahead and do that there. Now we need to do the blue separate to the pinks. So since there's only one blue, that just gets carried down. And then we deal with the pinks separately. Now this has been taken out, so this negative here must be attached to the 11. Okay, so it'll be negative 11 plus 1. Okay, you need to have this attached to here. This minus or negative, however you want to see it, does not belong here. It's behind. So we've taken that out, so now we're left with this part here. So because these are like terms, you can do negative 11 plus 1, which equals negative 10. But if you wanted to do that in your calculator, you could do so like this. Negative 11 plus 1 equals, and you also get negative 10. Okay. So you'd write your numbered answer and then add the gh cubed on the end. Okay, and that's your answer. Now let's do the last one. 9mn plus 3m squared n. Okay. First we have an mn. So I'll underline that blue. Then we have m squared n. Now, is this part here, the m squared n, exactly the same as mn over here? Well, no, it's not, because we only have one m here, but two of them over there. So they're not exactly the same. Hence, they're not like terms. Okay, so mn here, mn squared over here, they are not exactly the same, meaning that these are not like terms and we cannot simplify any further. So your answer would just be this. Okay, so I'll just bring my page back here. You can pause and copy out these answers in your books.